So we are 30 days out, and I want to start this week out by giving you a little bit of a pep talk. This is my sort of rallying cry for the week because I know what is happening out there. I know what's happened to me in the last few days is I've started to feel really exhausted and also really just afraid. We're getting closer to the last day of voting. The stakes are massive. The misinformation and disinformation we're seeing is staggering, and also the negativity and the darkness and all of those things. The feeling of how could so many people in our country still be supporting this hatred and this division, all of that. So I'm going to tell you, because I've been through a number of these elections now. I recognize certain patterns, and I want to share them with you so that maybe some of the stuff that I've learned, the tools I've picked up, may help you too. And one of the biggest tools is staying in action and not in thinking or worrying or doom scrolling. That can get really destructive at this point, particularly because we know, and Heather Cox Richardson wrote last night, that about 20 to 30% of the comments you're seeing on social media right now are generated by foreign countries. China, Russia, Iran are all interfering in this election, and they all want Trump to win. I don't know about Iran, actually. I'm not sure what they're up to, but China, Russia, definitely. They want Trump to win. He's their ally, right? He's the ally of dictatorships and countries where democracy does not exist. And so they're interfering. The misinformation, disinformation machine is pumping out lies. And just the fact that FEMA had to create a website to counteract disinformation is an indicator of where we are. There is a website devoted to correcting the lies that Trump is spreading, despite the fact that those lies are harming recovery efforts. Think about that. Think about that. That is a man who wants to win more badly than he wants people to recover from this catastrophe. That's what we're at. So, but here's what I'm going to say. Stay in action. Okay, it's going to get scary. It's going to get loud. It already is. It's scary. It's loud. There's a lot of noise, and the noise is going to increase. And there's going to be more gloom and doom and feelings of like, oh man, this is not going to go our way. I recognize this feeling. It happens every time. And then in the end, it does go our way. So I just want to tell you that your feelings right now about how this is going to go are not facts. Facts are determined by our actions. And so what we're going to do for the next 28 days is just act. Block out the noise, take the action. That's why my newsletter is called Chop Wood, Carry Water, because when we are in difficult moments like this, we act. We just do the things. And speaking of my newsletter, I do have a political actions newsletter. And if you want to know what to do, subscribe. It's chopwoodcarrywaterDailyActions.substack.com. It's free. And I'll give you stuff to do. When we are in action, we are in solution. When we are in fear and inactivity, that's when we're losing. So I know this is really hard. I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that we have felt afraid in the past and we have won anyway. And the last thing I'm going to tell you before I go is be very careful about the polls for the next 28 days, because Republicans have learned how to weaponize them, and they will. They're going to feed a bunch of bad polls into the sort of polling aggregates, and it's going to start to look like we're losing. Ignore it. This happened in 2022 and we smashed it. Okay? So stay in the action, screen out the noise, ignore the polls, stay away from disinformation. And when you know that something is disinformation, share the facts when you can. And remember, there are more of us than there are of them. Stay in the action. We can do this. I am with you. I am in action too. We're going to get through this and we're going to win.